Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about branding your Microsoft 365 tenant, both the login and then when you're on the web page for office.com, the controls that you have as an administrator to make your presence in the cloud be branded to your company for your Microsoft account. Couple benefits to this. One is that when your users go to log in, they know that they're logging into your company account. They're not being phished and taken to some other website to log into some other Office account. They're actually going to see your brand, which is very important. Just versus the kind of the generic Office.com login, which phishing attacks will use Microsoft logos and make it try to look like a Microsoft login account to grab your username and password from you or from your users. So there's a login experience, and then once you're logged in, you are given another experience, as it were, in the web browser. So I'm going to show you both of those areas today. Microsoft doesn't have them globally together right now. You have to go to two different places to do this. So let me flip over to this. I'm going to log in with a demo account. If you're a Microsoft partner, you can go to demos.microsoft.com and get yourself a free demo account and go play to your heart's content. If you're not a Microsoft partner, reach out to your partner or reach out to me and we can become your partner, and we'll get you set up with a demo account. You can go play around in here. So I'm going to log in, and notice I immediately get taken to a branded page. This is based on my domain name. So whatever the domain name is, when you enter your email address in, it's going to look at that domain name and says, is there a branding information for this? And if it is, it's going to pull it in and present it. So that's the trigger for this. And I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Yes, I'm going to stay committed to you for a little while here. So here's the default. So let me show you first that login branding piece. And so you go to the admin console and you have to go over to Azure Active Directory to see this. So show all, Azure Active Directory. I don't know why they just don't show all to begin with. Active Directory. And then if you slide down here, you'll see company branding right there. Okay. And by default, there is no brand. So you're going to get the generic Microsoft login. And you can see I've got a background image, and I've got a banner logo, and I've got a sign-in page text for this particular one. So here's the background image, and they give you the specific spec that you can use. So find a background image that you like, or it's your company, or whatever you use, and then make it to that size. Paint.net is a cool little free editing app that you can use to make changes and adjust sizes. You can make it bigger or smaller. It will kind of tweak it for you. It doesn't have to be the exact pixels, but it will squish it around. Then the logo. So at a minimum, I recommend the logo. Get that in there for sure. The background, that's the second, I would say, and that's obviously an easier one to do. And just work with your HR or legal, whoever, or just your IT manager, or just pick one that you like to get in there. I don't recommend using the user hint, but then you can add these smaller logos in here too. And I'll give you the link to the page that talks about all of these logos and kind of where they sit on the page. But as a minimum, do the banner logo and do the background. That way, when a user hits the login page, they put their email address in, they're going to get hit with your brand for login, so they confirms that it's their company, they're truly their company login. So that's the first place to go. The second place is after a person is logged in, you have to go to settings, and then org settings, and then org profile, and then custom themes. And this is the branding for the Microsoft Office portal, office.com portal. And again, you have a custom logo that you can put in that shows up here in the upper left. And here's the image they've got it in there, and they've got this just little star thing in here. And they can make the logo clickable and where you want to go to. In this case, it's going to the default SharePoint site, so tenantname.sharepoint.com. So that's a nice little add there to take you to a company portal. The coloring that you want to have. The things that I do recommend down here at the bottom, they're not checked by default. And whenever I do an Office 365 audit, just FYI, I do Microsoft 365 security and configuration audits where I go look at your entire tenant and tell you what you need to change and tell you where your security holes are. And I can't tell you how often that in less than an hour I'm on the phone with some senior executive or IT manager at a company because they've got a security hole that they just don't know about when I start my audits. So I recommend, one, prevent users from overriding their theme, meaning that you set the brand as an organization and users can't go in and put kittens across the screen, right, or whatever they want to do. You are establishing as an organization, this is our brand, these are the color schemes we want, and everyone has to stick to it. The other thing I recommend is show the display name at the top. This goes in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. I'll go ahead and click Save here and wait for it to kick in here, and then I'll refresh this page and see if it pops in. It didn't pop in for me, but the name will show up here in the upper right hand corner for that person. That's a nice little feature to have, especially if you're an IT guy like me who's flipping from tenant to tenant to tenant all the time. Being able to see that display name up in the upper right hand corner versus just a little circle with a couple letters in it, your initials. It's nice to have the name up there to show that you're truly in your account, and then you can see your logo up here. So this is the brand that you set as your organization. No one can change it, and you've got consistency throughout your organization from a look and feel perspective. So those are the two areas. Azure Active Directory, custom branding for your login, and then once you're logged in, it's custom theme over in the Office 365 portal, so admin portal. So those are the two areas. Hope that helps, and I'll put links down below. Have a great day.